Good morning. Master Menopause Through Fasting Lifestyle. Sylvia here, nutrition and fasting coach. So I wanted to come on and share a little bit about my experience and my takeaways from wearing a continuous glucose monitor for 2 weeks. And there's 3 things that really stood out for me while doing this little research project for myself. And to say this, I want to say that I am in the middle of a sugar detox challenge, so I didn't have sugar as to affect my glucose in any way this week. I haven't had any added sugar at all, so that's out of the equation here. But I will tell you the 3 big takeaways that I had. So number 1 was how just a tiny bit of refined carbohydrates has a huge impact on your glucose. So I would compare it to plain sugar, because it was very surprising to me, because when I had these refined carbs, I didn't realize it was in it. The drink I had, I didn't know they had any refined carbs in it. So when I saw the spike, I'm like, oh my goodness, what happened here? So I had to investigate. Just a small amount of refined carbohydrates can spike your glucose just like sugar would. So that was probably the number 1 thing I would take away from my little experiment. Second thing is how fiber would help lower the spike and how it would curve the spike. It would make it a softer spike if you know, instead of a big spike up and down and go below your baseline, it would just go up and curve and then come back down in a slow curve. So, and that's the benefit of fiber. So guys, get your fiber. If you're not getting 20 grams of fiber a day, get up there, because I wouldn't even call 20 grams enough. Aim for 50 and you'll definitely see a much better, you set yourself up for the glucose and your gut and everything. Just remember that you want to increase slowly to not overdo it for your gut, because it can be a little too much in the beginning. But if you aim for 50 grams of fiber a day, it's the way to go. So that was the second thing I learned. The third thing I learned is, since I'm doing a fasting lifestyle, sometimes if I'm doing a 1 meal a day or 2 meal a day, where I'm eating in a very short amount of time, I have all my food in a short period of time, that itself, just the amount of food, can impact your glucose as well, because even protein is converted to glucose. So not all of it, but it can. So it will all affect the spike of your glucose. So if you're having a larger meal, it will definitely affect the glucose spike. That's why it's important to have the fiber with it. Make sure you have the healthy fats with it and the protein to limit the spike of it and just have a softer curve. But what I learned was that if after a big meal like that, within 30 minutes from after my meal was done, if I went out and went for a brisk walk, it was huge different in how my glucose spike and the height of my glucose elevation, it would just top out much lower than it would if I was sedentary afterwards. So that was huge for me. So that's one of the takeaways that I am definitely going to stick with, because the way my lifestyle is, where I do a lot of 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day, where I do tend to eat a little more in a shorter period of time. And that itself, even though there is no refined carbs, even though there is no sugar, it will still spike my glucose a little bit. So to limit that, I'm gonna get out and do that little walk. So if you're in your office and you can't go out for a walk, do some air squats at your desk. That might be all it takes. Just going up and down couple of flights of stairs, that can be all it takes. So just to use that glucose so it's getting pushed out into your bloodstream instead of having your body just store it as fat. That's going to be a huge benefit for you. You know, the more we can keep that glucose steady, the better. You're going to limit your cravings. Less glucose is going to be stored as fat. It's going to help the way your energy levels and your overall health. So that's it. That's my 3 big takeaways. And I'm really hoping, I learned a lot these couple of weeks about myself, how my body reacts to different kind of foods. And this is so informative. And I hope that this becomes a mainstream tool that everyone has access to, because it's very, very helpful. And it will show you in detail, in real time, how your body processes energy, how it creates energy, how efficient it is in creating and using the energy intake. And you can learn so much from that. And that's one of the biggest root causes for all disease, is that you are not metabolically healthy. If you are not efficient metabolically, that's when we start to see a lot of these lifestyle diseases. So improving yourself on a metabolically level, a cellular level, is so important. So that's what I learned from this, and I hope this helped you in some way, form. If you're part of the Sugar Detox Challenge, I applaud you for keep going, and I know you're doing great. I know that some of you are already seeing results from the challenge, and I just want to give you a little pointer here that remember that refined carbs can act just like sugar. So keep that in mind to keep your cravings under control. Just try to avoid those refined carbohydrates along with the sugar, and get your fiber. Go for a walk after a meal, and I can't wait to see everybody's results after this challenge. So until next time, I will see you guys later.